You're not friendly? Here's our queens. We're going to install them today in our nook boxes. We made 6 splits yesterday, and we're going to go ahead and put them in the nooks today. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to install some new queens today. And just to let you know what we're doing is I like to take my fingernail and scratch out the candy end of the plug, and then I take a nail and kind of just poke a hole through the candy. This helps the bees eat their way through the candy and release the queen. And I'm going to do that to all of the queens. Just scratch out the end. This kind of cleans it up. And then poke out a hole. It's a good idea to turn the nail while it's going in. If you don't, it could push the candy into the box with the queen. We got 6 splits we made yesterday, and we're going to go ahead and add 6 of these queens to those splits. It'll take about 3 days, 4 days for the queen to be released, and we'll come back then and check for that she was released and that there's no queen cells or supersedure cells being formed, and if there are, we'll remove them. Alright, so let's go over here and we'll install these new queens. Okay, you can pause it.
How?
And just hit the button. Alright, what we're going to do here, these are the easy nooks, and they have a lot of room in the top of them. So what I like to do with these for when I install a queen is just kind of lay the queen in on the top of the hive. There's plenty of room between the lid, and then the bees can go ahead and eat that candy out. And they've been queenless for about a day now, so they're going to be pretty anxious to have a new queen in there. So you can see the bees kind of checking her out. They're going to start feeding her and whatever else they can do to help her out, and then the other bees are going to start working on the candy. You can see right there, they're starting to eat on the candy already. So that's one. That's their second one. There's the next one. You can see they're all anxious to get the new queen. Alright, that's 3. It's kind of important. If you're going to use a little smoke, don't use a whole lot. I think it helps with acceptance. Her pheromones get spread quicker. You notice the bees noticed her immediately. If you were to smoke the hive real heavy duty, you'd push the bees to the bottom, and it would take longer for the bees to recognize she's up there. So I think it's important not to use too much smoke. And see, they're starting to fan and signal that they have a new queen. They're really excited, you can tell. Sometimes they may be more, if you accidentally left the parent queen in the nook when you did the split, they might be more aggressive and ball up on the cage and try chewing at it. Or they just might not accept her right away. That sometimes is normal. That's why we leave the cages in there for about 3 or 4 days to be accepted before the queen's released. Looks good there. I think we got one more right down here. Alright. You see the worker bees trying to start eating the front out. Checking it out. Here they all come. Now, show you here what we got. We got one of our splits. I went ahead and harvested these 3 swarm cells that the hive, and actually these are supersedure cells that the hive had already started in order probably to replace the existing queen. This is a nice frame of honey and brood, and it had some good larvae and stuff developing inside. But I'm going to go ahead and let this one nook raise their own queen and see how that works. So I'll check this back in about 2 weeks and we'll see how they've done.